In the world of sports, Mike Tyson bit a man's ear off. I don't know what all the hoopla was about. I've actually bit a man's ear off on several occasions. And the Cubs have a runner on base with no outs.
Number 5, Michael McAveen. He's a fourth-year junior out of Louisville. He was their closer. He's 6'3", 210 pounds. Up to 96 miles an hour, McAveen blew his elbow out his freshman year. He's a fast-moving relief prospect with 2+ pitches, a 4-seamer, and a slider with curveball-like movement. This season, he went 2-0 with 6 saves, a 1.98 ERA, .73 WHIP, and 39 strikeouts in 27 innings pitched. He's only thrown 54 innings at the college level in 3 years. The Cubs may try him out as a starter early on, but I think he is a quick-to-the-bigs relief pitcher, which the Cubs badly need. It would not shock me if he is one of the first players in the 2019 class to be in the pros. Number 4, Ryan Jensen, right-handed pitcher of Fresno State, 6 foot, 180 pounds. He was their first-round selection, 27th overall. He's the 99th ranked prospect according to MLB.com. The Cubs' first selection signed for $2,570,000 less than slot. Jensen was one of the biggest risers in the Major League Draft. It's not surprising the Cubs popped him considering how weak their farm system is with pitching prospects. Jensen is a bit undersized, but he does have an electric arm that hits 98 miles an hour deep into games. Prior to 2019, he had only made 12 college starts, and his ERA was 6.6 his freshman year and 5.35 his sophomore year. His junior year, he really flashed, with a 2.88 ERA and 12 wins to just 1 loss. He had 107 strikeouts in 100 innings pitched. My personal opinion is that he ends up being another relief prospect because he falls off the mound and his arm circle is long. He also really only showcases 2 pitches, his fastball and slider. The slider is shown to be inconsistent and the changeup has been minimally used. The velocity, though, is pristine. Number 3, David John Hurst, high school senior, Terry Sanford High School, North Carolina. He's a left-handed pitcher coming in at 6'2", 175 pounds. He signed for $500,000 in the 8th round, which is $305,000 over slot. Hurst is a lefty already hitting 95. His slider hits low 80s with life. He was a 2-sport kid in high school and was a big arm quarterback. He gets a lot of movement on his pitches from throwing across his body. There's quite a bit of work to be done, but he could end up being a solid prospect if he can find a third pitch and more consistency in his follow-through and delivery. Number 2, Chase Strumpf, UCLA, second baseman, coming in at 6'1", 191 pounds. This junior was drafted in the 2nd round, 64th overall, and was ranked by MLB.com as the 41st prospect. He signed for slot value of $1.05 million. Strumpf in high school was a shortstop, and Royce Lewis, twin star prospect, was his middle infield partner. As a sophomore, Strumpf hit .363 with 12 home runs and a .475 on-base percentage and earned first-team All-Pac-12 honors. He's not a base stealer, only 7 for his college career. He's more of a DJ LeMahieu type second baseman with excellent contact skills. Strumpf as a junior hit .279 but still managed a .417 on-base percentage. The Cubs are banking he shows more of what he was capable in 2018. His load style is more of a bounce down with his hands. Hopefully he can improve that to get his legs and butt more involved. His hands tend to come off a bit early and his swing and his bat path is on the flatter side. When he's hitting well, it's going to be line drives sprayed around the diamond. Even his home run shots are line drives. With a few small tweaks in his swing, he really could be a nice player. The Cubs have really developed hitting prospects well in the past 10 years, and I think Strumpf has a great chance to add to that line. Number 1, Ethan Hearn, Mobile Christian, Alabama High School catcher, 67th ranked MLB.com prospect. He was selected in the 6th round, 192nd overall. High school catchers are always a giant gamble as their development path takes a ton of time. However, if you have the chance to gamble, the 6th round for 2nd round money seems like a great way to do it. Hearn gets an added bump because he is a lefty hitting catcher, which is rare. He possesses 2+ grades, power and arm speed. His approach currently is concentrated on pulling everything, which needs to change. His leg kick is small and controlled. His hand movement has a little bit of a barrel tip towards the pitcher before locking them in the set position and firing forward. I'd like to see the front shoulder back a bit as he tends to lunge ever so slightly with his shoulders. He has good hip rotation and looks to have really good control of his bat path. From a catching standpoint, he's getting pop times around 1.9 seconds, which is really solid. There still is a ton of work to do and his development will be slow, but if he takes over the reins from Wilson Contreras in 4 to 5 years, the Cubs would have to consider this draft a win on just him alone. Be sure to subscribe to Backwards K.
Hey, Johnny!
It's Jimmy. It's not...